So we discussed in last session what exactly a constructor is, and we came to conclusion. When you allocate a memory of a class, that time constructor will be called, right? And constructor is mainly meant for initializing the stance read-only variable, or you can also initialize the others like the stance variable. Now, today's topic is static constructor. So we have multiple types of constructor, static constructor. And stance variable we can initialize by the object dot variable name, by member function, by constructor, or by properties. But stance read-only variable we can only initialize by the constructor. There is no any other way you can initialize the stance read-only variable, only by the constructor or parameterized constructor. So basically target is the 5 kinds of variable, and we have seen yesterday, last session, the stance variable, second stance read only variable, third is static variable, fourth static read only variable, and fifth is constant variable. But starting first and second, we should know constructor. This is the cause I started last session, last class, the constructor. So what exactly, Sandeep, a static constructor is? So, first of all, we have the multiple kinds of constructor, copy constructor, default constructor, private constructor, the static constructor. So we have multiple kinds of constructor. If a constructor is marked as a static, if a constructor is marked as a static, or if constructor is declared with a static keyword, it is so special. It is so special, even though it calls before the main function. Calls before the main function. If we have declared the class and taken the static constructor, or within the same class, if we have a main function, if you run the program, so static constructor will be load first, then your main function. Second point, CLR, runtime environment, or JVM, will load the static constructor. It means programmer is not having the control over execution of a static constructor. No controlling for programmer level for executing and taking the control execution of constructor marked as a static. Okay. So if a constructor is marked as a static, it runs before the main function, And a static constructor is loads into memory by the runtime environment. Runtime environment. So, if a constructor marked as a static, we cannot define the scope of that constructor. We cannot define the scope. We can't define the scope of a static constructor as a public. You cannot declare any kind of a scope modifier before the static constructor. Okay. Fourth point is, if a constructor marked as a static, if a constructor marked as a static, we cannot pass the parameter to that constructor. Okay. No polymorphism, no compile time polymorphism. So, if a constructor is declared with a static keyword, we cannot pass the parameter. We can't define the scope. It loads into memory by the runtime environment, and it is so special, it executes before the main function. So programmer cannot have the controlling and controls the execution of a static constructor. It is being loaded into memory by the runtime environment. Okay. So don't disturb me. Just listen to me. I will give you enough time for the discussion. Okay. Sandeep, how a static constructor is differ from the constructor as a normal constructor? Sir, if you have a constructor within a class, constructor will not be called unless and until if you don't allocate. Constructor will be never called unless and until if you don't allocate the memory of a class by the new operator. If you write a new operator, then your default constructor will be called as explicit or parameterized will be called. Depends. But in case of static constructor, it means if we write a new operator, then constructor will be called. But if constructor is marked as a static, it is a CLR responsibility, I mean runtime environment responsibility to load the constructor into the memory. Okay. And static constructor, we cannot have any kind of a scope before the static constructor. We cannot have any kind of a scope before the static constructor. So we cannot pass the parameter to be a static constructor. It is parameterless constructor. It is a scope-less constructor. It is a parameter-less constructor. Okay. Sandeep, can you tell me what is the use of a static constructor in a project level? And the major difference between the other kind of constructor like default constructor or your static constructor. I haven't get the exact major difference in between. So if we design the class and if we have taken the constructor, so when we make an object of a class by new operator, constructor will be called. Again, we make a new object and we allocate a memory by the class, again constructor will be called. It means within a class, a constructor will be called n number of times. It depends on the number of object. So if a class is having 20 objects, obviously a 20 times constructor will be called. But constructor will be called only one time by the same object or for the same object. Okay. And Cindy, what about a static constructor? So static constructor independent to class, independent to object. So there is no as such. So we cannot have more than one, first of all, a static constructor in a class. And static constructor is a one-time effort, is a one-time effort. So when you design the class and you have taken the static constructor will be executed only one time. And you cannot have more than one static constructor. The reason is, the reason is, the reason is, the reason is you cannot overload the static constructor, or you cannot pass the parameter to the static constructor. So you not basically pass the parameter. There is no chance of overloading and all. Fine. So the major difference you ask me, a static constructor is a one-time effort for that class. But constructor will be called n number of times. It depends on the object arrival. If object comes, again new object comes, again new object comes. Whenever object comes, we'll write a new operator. A constructor will be called for initializing that object. Okay, 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 okay. Now, sir, a static constructor is primarily meant for, it is mainly meant for initializing the static read-only. So we can have multiple use of a static constructor. That's very true. You can also share the experience with us. I can also share the experience with you. But major use of a static constructor is, so look at left side in this board, look at right side, mid of this board. So static constructor is primarily meant for initializing the static read-only variable. It means there is no any other way you can initialize the static read-only variable without the static constructor. And we can have multiple use of a static constructor. That's very true in a project level. But if you have taken the static read-only variable, and if you haven't taken the static constructor, sorry, you can't initialize the static constructor without the, you can't initialize the static read-only variable without the static constructor. Similarly, if you have the stance read-only variable, you cannot initialize the stance read-only variable without the constructor. So if you ask me, the major difference between the constructor and a static constructor, there are a lot of differences, but major differences, the stance read-only variable can only initialize by the constructor, and a static read-only variable can only initialize by the static constructor. And apart from, you can have multiple differences, doesn't matter, but major difference I've just told you, if you have taken the static read-only variable, Sandeep, why you have taken the static read-only variable? So please, I will go there. Just give me some time. But I have just told you, a static constructor is primarily meant for initializing the static read-only variable, and you can find other differences. Doesn't matter. Other differences doesn't matter. Okay. So I have some situation for you. Okay, Sandeep, tell me. So we have one class. We have a class called A. Okay, and in this class we have the default constructor, and same point of time, same class is having the static constructor. Okay, and class B is inheriting from class A. I know it's out of track, but if class B is inheriting from class A and main is empty, means main B is there, main function is there, not main is empty. I mean, main function is there. I haven't declared anything within a main. I haven't declared anything within a main. So main is empty. So class B inheriting from the class A, or B is having the own default constructor, right? I mean own explicit default constructor, and same point of time, B is having the static constructor. and B is inheriting from the class A, or main is empty. If we run the application, what will be the output, Sandeep? What will be the output? So first of all, there is inheritance, and you haven't made an object of B within the main function. So if you don't create an object of B, then this class will not load into memory, first of all. So there is no existence of class A if you don't go for allocating memory for class B. It's just on paper as a logical association. Nothing is physical unless and until we don't write B space B1 is equal to new. So don't ask me what is the order of execution. Let me clarify the concepts first. We can have these kind of thousands of examples, but if the concept is clear, we can make example every moment, every second. So B space B1 is equal to new. If you don't write this statement within a main, if you don't write this statement within a main, if you don't write, there is no execution. There is no execution of class A in memory. There is no existence of class A in a memory because there is no use of class A class without an object. So yes, I mean to say in this case, only the static constructor of class B will be called according to your question. But don't say what is the answer as a kind of casino. Let me speak again. If class A is having default, parameterized, static, whatever, class B is having a static or default, it's just trying to confuse you. Why you get confused there? And main is empty. So when main is empty, what is the use of this class A? This class will not load into memory. So there is no existence of class without an object. There is no existence. It's just a logical entity. Unless and until you don't allocate a memory for B. If you allocate a memory for B, somehow somewhere internally, a memory for class A will be allocated. And once the class A is allocated, the memory, it will definitely load into memory. It's called heap memory. So if you keep main empty, in this case, don't look inheritance. I don't know why you're looking inheritance. So if you go for inheritance and main is empty, there is no use of A and there is no use of B. He just try to confuse you. But I said to you, if a class is having a static constructor, it is so special. It runs before the main function. But if even the class B is having a main or main is empty, there is no existence of B, sir. So can you tell me, is it possible? Int, tell me. Int is possible? No. When is this is possible? When you write int x, that's why I'm telling you now. So int, no possible. There is no possibility. Unless and if you don't write int with variable. Similarly, if you write class SCL, what is the use of SCL? Consider SCL is a user-defined data type or int is a primitive data type. So for time being, consider SCL is as integer. So is any existence of SCL without an object? No. Similarly, if you don't write a variable with data type, if you don't write variable with data type, no existence of int, just a logical. So whole A is logical, whole B is logical, sir. So in this case, what will you also, why are you asking me the output? I just told you, the class A has no stratification, class has no meaning, and class B has no meaning. Only main is there. It means base is int or derive is int, something like. Try to give answer, guess. So definitely, where is the guess in this? You're trying to confuse me. You have taken the class A, taken their default constructor, taken their static constructor, and class B is having a static constructor or default constructor. You're asking, and you have kept the main empty. You're asking what is the output? What is the execution of the output? So nothing. There is no execution, sir. There is no execution because there is no object. Variable without data type existence? No. Similarly, object without class existence? No. But if you have taken the static constructor within class B, it runs before the main. And what about the static constructor of class A? So, a static constructor of class A will not execute because not yet a class is or class has been loaded into memory. Who loads class into memory? Such CLR. When you write a new operator. When you write a new operator, then class will load into memory. Only one exceptional case is there. Only one exceptional case is there. If class mark as a static, then CLR implicitly, automatically load the class into memory. Sir, in any technology, in any language, runtime environment will take care two things. One, the static constructor. If a constructor mark as a static, CLR promise you, runtime environment promises you, I will load your constructor into memory. Don't bother for writing a new operator. That's exceptional case. Similarly, if a class mark as a static, then runtime environment assure you, I will load the class into memory. Unless and until the class will not load into memory if you don't write a new operator with class. And if you don't write a new operator with class, it will not load the constructor into memory. So constructor will be loaded into memory when you write a new operator. Or similarly, class will to load into memory even if you write a new operator. If there is a new operator, then constructor will load into class will load into memory, then constructor will be called. But only two exceptional case we have. If a class mark as a static, you're losing the control. It is a CLR responsibility to load a class into memory. And similarly, if you have made constructor as a static, losing the control. It runs before the main because CLR takes care, runtime environment takes care to load the constructor into memory. Okay, Sandeep, tell me one thing. There is a class A, okay, is having default constructor. No problem. Static constructor, no problem. B inheriting from A, or B is having the default constructor and B is having the static constructor. Now, I got your point. You have said if main is empty, there is no execution of A in memory. That's why there is nothing will happen for the A, whether you have even though taken their static constructor. Now, only B static constructor will be called. Yes. Now, Sandeep, within a main function, I am creating an object of class B. Within a main function, I am creating an object of class B. B space obj is equal to new B. Now, in this case, tell me what will happen. What will be the order of execution of constructor as well as the static constructor? Yes, Divya, what is the order of the execution of static constructor and default constructor if you have written within a main function B space obj is equal to new B? I'm expecting answer Divya from your side. default constructor, static constructor in class A, default constructor and static constructor in class B. Look at main. Main, I'm writing uh, object of B with new operator. Tell me the sequence.
So first static constructor of B will be called.
Okay. Then next.
And then def static constructor of A.
Okay.
Then default constructor of A.
Hmm.
And
So, so these kind of tricky questions, can give you problem. But if you have uh, got the concept, so they ask you these kind of questions hundred of times doesn't matter, right? Now come back. So finally, we have seen, Sandeep, what is a static constructor? Then I will come to this kind of question answer. So what kind of answer you can give? You can give. So first of all, if a class is having the static constructor, one thing is clear: is it is independent to an object. It is independent to new operator because it's a special function. It's a special constructor. It takes care by the runtime environment. Depends what kind of language you are using. So it's totally depend on the runtime environment to load the constructor into memory. Even though so special, definitely before the main. Constructor mark as a static one time. One time execution for a single class or for a same class. You cannot have more than one time execution for the static constructor given for any class. That's the most important difference between static constructor and your uh, the default constructor. So default constructor will be called a number of times, depends on the arrival of any new object. If a new object comes, constructor will be called definitely. But static constructor one time effort only. And constructor is primarily meant for initializing the stance read only variable. That's the most important point you stress there in interview. Constructor has having several definitions, depends on the person to person, he has having own mindset. But major answer is constructor is meant for initializing the stance read only variable. So what is stance read only variable? So if any variable declared at class level, a runtime constant for any object, a runtime constant. What is constant variable? Sir, there is no comparison between the constant variable and the stance read-only variable. Keep in mind first, my employee ID in SCL is a stance read-only. Others also works in same company. Do ask, has it tried to change the employee ID? Never ever. It's a runtime constant. The day I joined, I got a employee ID. I'm using same employee ID for last several years. If I'm working there, then okay. And constant variable. So constant means it's a constant for everyone, but my employee ID is only for me. Deepak Gupta works in SCL. He's having own employee ID. It's a runtime constant for object level, not for everyone level. Okay, okay. And constant universal, common for everyone. Constant for everyone. And stands for only variable, sir, only for that particular object. Aadhaar card for me, Aadhaar card for you. You can't change the Aadhaar card number. I can't change. It's a runtime constant. A static read-only variable. Sir, it's static read-only variable means common and value can't be changeable. Common and value can't be changeable. It's a class level constant. You can set a value only by the static constructor. So the experience is we can have a lot of differences, a lot of points for the static constructor. The major point is, as my perception is, static constructor. Don't forget 3 points. A static constructor will load into memory by the runtime environment without acknowledge you. And what was the constructor? So constructor will also load by the runtime environment. But if you write a new operator, yes, implicit and explicit. Okay, I got your point. Sir, class SCL. Go for generalized class. Then we can have SCL is a type of IT. Oh yes, it's a base class, generalized class. Yes. Size, so SCL can substitute to IT. Yes. So IT. So you take here. So public. It's a default constructor, right? And static constructor. Static. It's a static constructor. You can't give any scope before the static constructor. No scope, no parameter. It's a parameterless. No, go for it. Just flash a message console dot write line static. Just copy this message, copy this statement, and come to base one, top one. Give the default constructor, default. So on the top, include an MS space using. Come back. So to copy both one. Come to your class. So mark SCL. Change default of SCL. And here you go. Static of SCL. What do you want, Sandeep? I just wanted to know the order of execution. Very simple, whatever. Public, static, void, main, save. So don't write anything within a main. Visible to you? Yes, sir. Not visible, proper? Yes, sir. Main is in.
सर ये सेकंड में स्टैटिक HCL होगा ना?
सर HCL क्लास में.
Right. Now save And moving to F drive, PC, moving to F drive, AF folder, and give name called static constructor or CS. So the agenda for today's class is a static constructor is meant for slicing the static variable, and there are several differences there, differences there. So develop the command prompt. CDA CSC C# compiler space. I've taken the file name is ht.cs. ht.cs. Look at program is compiled. Look at output. Look at where you are looking inheritance, and then what is inheritance then? Look at. So if you don't involve the object for class SCL, there is no execution of the base class. Okay, and if we write here Sandeep, if we write SCL space obj is equal to new SCL, then look at what Divya has given answer.